2 years, that's how long it took my husband to forget. The most important day of our lives. But what he didn't know was that I had been planning something special for our anniversary too. Something that would give his favorite memory a completely different ending forever. If you've ever felt invisible in your own relationship, hit that like button right now, because this story is for you. And trust me, you're going to want to stay until the end, because what I did to get my revenge will shock you. My name is Isla, and I thought I had married my soulmate. Theo was everything I'd ever dreamed of in a partner. Thoughtful, romantic. The kind of man who remembered how I liked my coffee and would leave little notes in my lunch bag. For our first anniversary, he outdid himself in a way that still makes my heart flutter when I think about it. He transformed our entire backyard into a replica of our very first date. String lights hung between the trees like tiny stars. My favorite white roses scattered everywhere. And soft jazz music playing from hidden speakers. But the moment that took my breath away was when he pulled out his grandfather's vintage guitar and played the same song that was playing when we first kissed. That guitar wasn't just an instrument to Theo. It was his most prized possession, passed down from the grandfather who raised him after his parents died. Every scratch, every worn spot on the wood told a story of love and music and family legacy. When Theo played it that night, tears streaming down his face as he sang about forever, I knew without a doubt that this man would move mountains for me. He promised me that night, holding my hands with the guitar resting against his knee, that every anniversary would be more magical than the last, that our love would only grow stronger with time. I believed him completely. Why wouldn't I? This was the man who remembered the exact date of our first text message, who celebrated the anniversary of our first I love you every month, who kept ticket stubs from every movie we'd ever seen together in a special box he called our memory vault. Theo made loving me look effortless, like it was as natural as breathing. So when our third anniversary started approaching this year, I was practically vibrating with excitement. I had been planning my own surprise for months, something that would mirror the thoughtfulness he'd shown me 2 years ago. I wanted to prove that I could love him just as creatively, just as deeply. I dropped hints for weeks, practically bouncing around our apartment like a kid before Christmas. The anticipation was killing me in the most beautiful way possible. What I didn't realize was that while I was counting down the days to our special moment, Theo had already moved on to forgetting we even had one. I woke up that morning with butterflies dancing in my stomach. March 15th, our day. I had chosen the same blue dress I wore on our first date, the one Theo always said made my eyes look like sapphires. I spent extra time on my hair, humming the song he'd played on that guitar 2 years ago. Everything felt perfect. Magical, exactly like an anniversary morning should feel. Theo was already downstairs making coffee, scrolling through his phone like it was any other Tuesday. I practically floated down the stairs, expecting him to look up with that gorgeous smile and wish me happy anniversary. Instead, he barely glanced up from his screen. My heart did a little skip, thinking maybe he was playing coy, building up to some grand surprise. Maybe this was part of his plan. "Good morning, beautiful," he said, still not looking at me. "Sleep well." I waited. The silence stretched between us, like a rubber band about to snap. Finally, I couldn't take it anymore. My voice came out softer than I intended, almost afraid. "Happy anniversary, baby." The confusion that crossed his face was like a physical blow. I watched him blink, his mouth opening slightly, and I could actually see the moment his brain tried to catch up. "Anniversary," he repeated, like I'd spoken in a foreign language. The butterflies in my stomach turned to lead Theo. "It's March 15th, our anniversary." My voice was getting smaller with each word, hope draining out of me like water from a broken glass. "Oh. Just oh. Not oh. My God, I'm so sorry. Not oh. Let me make this right, just a flat empty oh." That told me everything I needed to know. He ran his hand through his hair, that gesture he made when he was uncomfortable. "Babe, I'm so sorry. Work has been absolutely insane lately. I thought it was next week." Or maybe he trailed off, probably realizing how pathetic his excuses sounded. I stood there in my blue dress, the